In this exercise, we're going to be discussing the differences between an AutoCAD point node and a COGO point within Civil 3D. Currently, I'm in the 01 point drawing, which is located in your tutorials folder. If we zoom out a bit, you can see that this is essentially a site. We've got some line work here, and we have a couple of COGO points. Now what I'll do first is I'll show you what an AutoCAD point node looks like from the get-go. I'll zoom out a bit here, and then I'll type in point. Our command line is now asking us to specify a point. We'll just click a point just out in the middle of nowhere right here, and you can barely see it. There is a point node. If I select it, we get a blue grip. If we zoom in, you can barely see what's going on. Within properties, you'll see that this is in fact an AutoCAD point node, and we do have a few properties assigned to it. We have color, layer, so on and so forth. And we have some geometry information here. We've got the X and Y position as well as a Z position. So you can in fact establish a elevation if need be. However, with Civil 3D, we have what's known as COGO points. With COGO points, if you click on one of these points, we've got point number 307. You can see within properties it is a Civil 3D COGO point, and we have a lot of other additional information that can be assigned to a COGO point. You can see if we select this Civil 3D COGO point, we have a point number that's been assigned to it as well as a raw description, and we can assign different styles to this COGO point, which all of these things are attributes that you cannot assign an AutoCAD point node. With a COGO point, I can assign different styles to the point and point label. For example, I can go into my properties, and instead of default, I can make this, we can assign a station. That's a different symbol. Or I can assign this as a hydrant. What if I wanted to change the label style itself? I can do that as well. Within the point label style, I can change it to description only. I can change it to elevation only. So these are some of the things that you can do with a COGO point that you can't necessarily do with an AutoCAD point node. Now I'm going to go ahead and change these styles back to their defaults. We can do that within the point label style as well. Now in the upcoming exercises, we're going to make it so that when we're importing points, styles are going to be automatically assigned to our points. So we won't have to go through the tedious work of assigning styles to each and every COGO point. So those are just some of the differences between an AutoCAD point node and a Civil 3D COGO point.